Welcome back. Well, the 1011 garden area right around our studios here has received some upgrades over the last year.
Today we continue our weekly series of reports from the garden space with local experts. In this story, Brad talks with an expert with Campbell's Nurseries and Garden Centers about how to create a pollinator garden.
We are in the 1011 backyard and we're talking about pollinators. Plants becoming popular these days for pollinators. And joining me now is Eve Hulvershorn. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
All right, you're from Campbell's, of course. All right, so as I was saying, it seems like pollinator plants becoming popular. People want the butterflies and the bees, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely not a new concept for gardening, but it's gaining traction more with the decline in numbers of bees and butterflies around the world. So there's a lot of people coming into our stores wanting to create habitats for their pollinators. So there's three basic things that you need to create a pollinator habitat. One of them is the plants, to have a source of food and a place for the pollinators to lay their eggs, reproduce. You also need water, and usually a low bowl is best. And then some areas of bare ground where they can bask in the sun too.
So what are some of the varieties? You have brought a lot of different plants for this pollinator garden. What are we kind of looking at here? What are the names of some of these? Well,
one thing for pollinators is the native plants tend to have a better source of nutrition for them. So I brought a lot of natives here. We've got a New Jersey tea shrub, a lead plant, we've got gay feather, milkweed, which is essential for the monarchs, a purple coneflower, and poppy mallow are some of my favorite natives. But I've also brought some of the hybrids that are a little bit smaller so they can fit into small space gardens. I've also brought an herb basket too because there's lots of species that will lay their eggs on herbs.
What do you have on there? It looks like?
There's some parsley and chives and some oregano in there. And caterpillars will like to eat those, so then they can eat the plants down and form their chrysalis and become a butterfly. And you also want to think about bloom time too. So if you can have something blooming all the time, then you'll have more of those populations coming through on their migrations to your garden.
Well, what else do we need to know about pollinator gardens that maybe we don't know about?
One thing that pollinators really like is messy gardens. So if you leave your plants up all winter, they have a place that they can cover over the winter. And sometimes things like dandelions and clover are really good sources of nectar, especially early before some of your other flowers are blooming. So if you can leave a few messy parts in your garden, then you'll have a better habitat for them.
All right, well, Eve, thank you very much.
Thanks for having
great
me.
advice. Again, we're talking about pollinator gardens. If you want some more bees and butterflies in your yard, again, thanks to Campbell's for helping us out. We'll send it back to you guys.
There's that white clover that I think it's kind of, I don't know, I kind of like it. I don't know, some people don't like it in their yard, but it's kind of pretty.
It's natural.
Yeah, right.